Greetings campers, welcome to Farmeritaville and a happy 2024 to all of you. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been around, thanks for sticking around. I really do appreciate it. It has been about a year since Universal announced plans to open a new family-friendly park here in North Texas. And today we're just gonna take a look at it. We got construction updates from the site, and we're gonna dive into some speculation of what all this park could hold. So buckle up, it's gonna be fun. Universal Destinations and Experiences had a press conference in Frisco, Texas on January 11th, 2023, announcing their intent to build a small, family-friendly theme park mostly geared towards families with younger children. Other than the announcement and the initial piece of concept art that came out from that press conference, most of last year was relatively quiet. However, in November, Universal officially broke ground on the new project. And on December 1st, they officially unveiled the name as Universal Kids Resort. They have a 97-acre parcel of land right off the Dallas North Tollway in Frisco. It's not a huge chunk of property. Most of the Orlando parks themselves are over 100 acres. The park itself is set to be right around 35 acres. And to put that in perspective, if you've been to Volcano Bay in Orlando, it is about the same size as that. Right now in January 2024, driving around the site, it looks like they're only doing dirt work. Excavation work is going on, grading and leveling is being done, and a lot of just dirt is being moved around. It doesn't look like there's any construction yet, no utilities. There's a lot of excavators, a lot of big dump trucks, tractors, everything working the ground right now, getting it ready. It does appear that there is an orange small construction fence, and I don't mean like a keep people out fence, but you know, like a landscaping fence, those little ones that are about 2 or 3 feet tall. Circling where you can get to from the road and look at it, it would appear that that 97-acre parcel is almost completely surrounded by that orange construction fence. On the south end of the site is Cobb Hill Estates, a residential community. Obviously the people who are probably most concerned about what is going on over there. Universal has strategically laid out the piece of land so that there are buffers between the houses and the actual park and all the activity. So they're really trying to ease the concerns of residents, which I understand. But again, looking at the big picture, it's not as big, I think, as most people are thinking it's going to be. On the west, curving around to the north side of the property is the highway. But again, Universal unveiled in the plans that they intend to kind of block all that out with berms and landscape foliage to really kind of create a private little oasis of a park. And there appears to only be one main construction entrance at present, right off the side of the tollway. Even the tollway, the highway is still under construction up there. The service road is down to 1 lane right now. But you could really get a good look at the plot of land, both from Panther Creek Parkway and from the service road of the highway itself. And that really kind of puts in scale how big this property really is or isn't. It's a good sized chunk of land, but when they develop it, it's going to feel a whole lot bigger. Just like when you walk into a big building or any existing theme park, an area that you're unfamiliar with, when it's a maze, it feels a lot bigger than it actually is. What is Universal going to put in this new kids resort, you ask? That's a good question. They have not released any new updates about what the park is going to contain. However, in December, when they released the official name of Universal Kids Resort, we also got a new piece of concept art, which is similar to the original concept art, except now it seems a little bit more specific. It looks like there are different hints in this new piece of concept art that could lead to properties such as Trolls, Minions, Shrek, and Jurassic Park. In July of 2023, they announced DreamWorks Land is going to replace Woody Woodpecker Kids Zone at Universal Studios Florida. They specifically mentioned Shrek, Trolls, and Kung Fu Panda. Right around the same time, in August of 2023, Villain Con Minion Mayhem officially opened at Universal Studios Florida, along with Minion Land. This included some themed restaurants and shops right outside the Villain Con ride and the Despicable Me Minion Mayhem ride that has already been operating for quite some time at Universal. Now, Universal has said that none of the structures or rides in the new park in Frisco are going to exceed, I want to say, 90 or 100 feet. Now, that is not really tall in terms of like thrill rides and things like that. So is it possible that we're gonna get a clone of VillainCon at this new park? I don't know. I think it checks all the boxes for what they're describing in Frisco. It absolutely could be the type of attraction that shows up. As far as other DreamWorks properties like Trolls and How to Train Your Dragon, we don't know what they're cooking up for the new Kids Land at Universal Studios Florida. So is it possible that they are building some clone attractions in development, you know, building them 2 at a time, and some of those are going to go to Kids Land at Universal and some of those are going to come here to Frisco? That's a possibility. The only other nearby theme park in Texas is Six Flags Over Texas, about 30 minutes away from where the new Universal Park is going, and it is a regional theme park. Six Flags and Cedar Fair are both in the business of regional theme parks, and that they cater to a region. And I think what they're doing is really smart, because for years and years around here, at least here in Texas, I've lived here my whole life, there have been rumors that Disney has all this land in Texas and eventually Disney's gonna open a park in Texas and blah, blah, blah. Well, we already have Six Flags catering to the thrill seekers, so what incentive would Disney have to really open a park here? Well, cater to the family, the kids stuff, the storytelling element, the immersion element. And that's what Universal's doing with this new park. They're bringing that quality here. Not only that, but not that long ago, Disney announced that they have no plans to tap into the regional market right now. And let's face it, if you follow Disney parks in general, they got their hands full with enough problems at the moment to solve before they start opening new parks. Am I gonna visit this new kids park? Of course, at least once I'm gonna go visit. I'm gonna go check it out. I wanna see what my favorite theme park company is doing in my backyard. Now, I'm well aware that I am not the demographic for this park, not even a little bit. So I may end up only visiting once and saying, this is awesome, I'm glad it's here. It's not for me. I don't doubt whatsoever that I'm going to continue to visit Universal Orlando more frequently than I visit the Frisco park when it opens. And several people have asked me, ooh, this is exciting. Do you think it'll expand? Do you think we're gonna have Halloween Horror Nights Texas or anything like that? I don't think it is. No, if you look at what they've announced, you look at where this is going, this is very much isolated to a kids and family-friendly park. They have zoning permits from the city that they have to close by a certain time each night. I want to say it's 8 or 9 o'clock, and they can stay open until 10 p.m., up to 20 nights a year. I do not see anything like a Halloween Horror Nights event ever happening here. Now, that doesn't mean they won't have special family-friendly seasonal events like holidays. That's a big thing, you know, at Universal Orlando. In Orlando, Mickey kind of cornered the market on the family-friendly events like Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and Mickey's something something Christmas Party that I can't think of the name of. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is not competition for Halloween Horror Nights. Those are two different animals. Likewise, this park is set up to do something more like Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Universal is in a prime position in Frisco to perhaps compete with Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party on a smaller scale. It may not pull people from cross country to see it, but the point is they don't have that kind of competition for that kind of event here in this market. Whereas if Orlando tried to do a massive kids Halloween event, I mean, they would probably get crushed by Disney. That would be a hard pill to swallow. Universal's not going to spend the money to open a brand new resort, something this size, without doing their homework. And their homework suggests that this market is booming. It has all the stuff we need for a project like this to thrive, and they're rolling the dice on it. To me, that is the exciting part, because if it's successful, it means they will continue to grow and develop and perhaps tap into the regional market. Most recently, Universal has announced plans to open a new park in the UK outside of London. Again, the exciting part to me as a theme park fan, and even more specifically a Universal fan, is that they are growing, they are growing, they are growing. Maybe the most exciting product that they offer is not the one that's in my backyard, and that's okay. I still have the other locations. But the fact that they're growing means they're not going away anytime soon. And it also means that they are constantly reinvesting in new stuff, and they're reinvesting in the company. So we're gonna see cooler things as the years go by. And let's not forget the most important part of having our own Universal Park here in the Dallas area. We're gonna get our own globe. Ha ha ha! At least I hope we do. I mean, the globe is an icon of Universal. It's at the beginning of every movie that they make. It's at the front of the Hollywood park. It's at the front of the Florida park. It's at the front of all their parks. So I can only assume we're gonna get our own Texas globe, and that just puts a warm, fuzzy feeling in my heart. I have been yakking long enough. Thank you very much for watching. If you stuck it out this long, I appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, turn on the notifications, because I'm gonna keep bringing you construction reports on Universal Kids Frisco, and it's gonna be exciting to just watch this thing grow and develop. Very cool. Join me for that by hitting that subscribe button. Otherwise, thank y'all for watching. Take care and go do stuff. Don't let me do all this stuff. You should go out and you should also do stuff. We'll see you soon.